Hi, I'm Andrea. Tonight we're making a marinara sauce. Quick and easy. This can be done in about 15 minutes. What I have here is a pan with a little bit of olive oil. It's about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and about 4 cloves of garlic. I'll show you what that looks like. And I have it over a low heat because I want the garlic to infuse into the olive oil slowly. I don't want to cook it too high of a heat because then the garlic is going to brown and cook too quickly. So we want to make sure that's infused and it has a really good flavor. So that's been cooking for about 2 or 3 minutes, and now I'm going to add my tomatoes. And I'm doing quite a bit tonight. I have about 8 cups because I'm going to freeze some of this. I'm just going to pour that into there.
Mom, now can it be my turn?
Yes, baby. The sweet kids are helping me tonight. Say hi, John.
Hi, my name is John, and I want to show you these tomatoes. And these are green tomatoes. They're not ready yet, so you can wait like... How many days have these been growing?
I don't know, sweetie. They've been growing a while. They didn't ripen on our vines, so we had to pull them off, and we're going to see if they ripen on the counter. That'll be nice. We're going to see if these
ripen, so you got to wait a little if you pick these already and they're not ripen.
And the tomatoes that we used were ripe, and we made a quick video yesterday where we broiled the tomatoes to get them nice and caramelized so that we could have our fresh puree. If you do not have fresh tomatoes, you can use canned tomatoes. And what you'll do is use, if you want to make a small batch, you would use about 1 can of tomatoes, about 28 ounces, to a clove or 2 of garlic with the olive oil. We are making a larger amount because we're going to freeze this. We used, I said, 8 cups to about 5 or 6 cloves of garlic, depending on how big your garlic is, and you'll mince that. You'll saute the garlic in a little bit of olive oil, about 2 tablespoons, and you're going to saute it on a low heat so that it doesn't brown and infuses the oil very well. After you pour the tomato puree into the pan, when your garlic is ready, you're going to turn up the heat to high so we can get it, the heat brought up, and then bring it down to a simmer.
Mom, let's get a sponsor.
Okay. We have some really nice herbs here from our garden, so we're going to use our basil, and I like to just put it in whole. That way you can pull it out easily so that you're not...
Mommy?
Sure, buddy. Here, add all of that. So you're going to add a few sprigs of basil, and then we're going to do a little bit of oregano. A lot of people don't like to use oregano because they use it dried, and it can be very offensive. But when it's fresh, it doesn't have that same flavor. And June's going to add our oregano for us because we grew that. And now it's coming up.
Mama!
Yep, so we're going to lower it because now that we've brought the heat up, so now we're just going to simmer it.
Now we simmer it.
And we leave the herbs big and whole so that we can remove them later easily, or they just stay in the sauce, and then you can just work around them. When it's too small, then it's in the sauce, and some people don't like to have big bites of herb in the sauce. We're also going to season that with some salt and pepper.
Mom, I want to do a little sponsor.
You want a sponsor? Who's going to be our sponsor tonight?
No.
I'm going to take some salt.
No,
I'm going to
show you where the sponsor's right here.
No, that's not our sponsor, honey. So we're going to put our salt in, and I'm going to do about a teaspoon. Our tomatoes were not salted when we broiled them, so we're going to need a little bit of salt there. About a teaspoon for as much as I'm using. If you're only using a can of tomatoes, you're not going to want to use very much, just a sprinkle, and it's better to use less because you can always add it. When you put the salt in to the marinara, it's going to reduce, so if you add too much, it's going to be too salty, so you're going to have to go by taste. So I would say just a sprinkle. That's how I was taught to cook. I was taught to cook by feel, by taste, by sight, not by exact measurements on a teaspoon, a tablespoon. It's more or less by taste, which is very important because if you go by measurements all the time, then it becomes a crutch to you, and you don't know how to season and taste food. And when you're cooking a soup or a sauce, it's very important to remember that that liquid is going to reduce. If you add too much salt, you can't take it away, and it's too salty. So it's always better to add a little bit and then taste, and then add a little more later. So that's it on a marinara sauce. You don't have to buy one in a jar, spend a lot of money. All you need is tomatoes. A can of tomatoes, full peels. You can quickly use a hand blender on those, and then add them to your olive oil and garlic that you've sauteed. Salt, pepper to taste, herbs to taste as well. If you don't like oregano, you can add more basil or parsley. But I find that fresh herbs are the best. They are mild. They're not offensive and bitter like dried herbs can be, and then they're not throughout your dish. Then you can quickly just pull this sprig out and not worry about it being throughout your dish like that. Then you can also freeze this too, which I'll show you. My sweet little kids pulled the card away. So as you pour your sauce into a Ziploc like this, and then lay it flat in your freezer, and you have sauce anytime. You pull it out of the freezer when you want it. You can also do it in really small sizes too. If somebody just wants a little bit of sauce, you can do snack size bags too. It's convenient, it's easy, and this is a great way to make your own sauce. It can be done in minutes, and that will just need to cook for about 20 minutes. That's it. While your water is boiling, while your pasta is cooking, your sauce is being made. Done. Thanks for joining us, and we're listening to our Italian music. Say bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.